we go to the judges' scorecards. Terry O'Connor, 114 even. Marco Morales, 116 to 111. Julio Piras, 114 to 113. Both for your winner by majority decision. And still, the IBO lightweight champion of the world, Maximus Hughes.
And look at the expression on his face. The expression also of Josh Warrington and what that means to Maxi Hughes and to the gym. A shake of the head of Kid Galahad. He can't believe the verdict. There was a wry smile on the face of Dominic Ingle. They've already left the ringside area as Maxi Hughes, the winner by majority decision, has the chance to celebrate. It's his 7th win in a row, but much more importantly, it leaves him now in line for much bigger opportunities.
Yeah, Vivi, over the moon. It was so much pressure. It really was on both fighters there. Maxi Hughes, he was so switched on, so disciplined. You know, he is comfortable on the back foot, but there was pressure early on from Galahad. But as the round moved on, certainly in the 8th round, it was pivotal that Maxi came back with a strong finish, and he's done exactly that. The 9th round was the best round for Maxi Hughes. Really switched on. He started varying up the location of that left hand to head and body, moving, pivoting, staying out of trouble. And there was a moment late in that contest where I felt, and this is no disrespect to Maxi whatsoever, but I felt Barry may have hurt his hand. He just wasn't letting the right hand go. I might be wrong there, but it was a chess match for sure. Maxi Hughes' career continues.
And just to repeat the judges' scorecards, Terry O'Connor had it level, the others by 5 rounds and by a single round to the winner, Maxi Hughes, who's now in the ring with Addy.
Maxi, the last couple of years has been, everyone keeps saying it, right? A Cinderella Man story for yourself. This, though, definitely caps everything. This is arguably your biggest win of your career so far, isn't it?
Yeah, on paper, I've just beaten a former IBF world champion. Not a champion of 4 or 5 years ago, past his best. This was a guy who was champion in his last fight, less than a year ago. So, again, the underdog, people don't expect me to win these fights, but that's just throwing more fuel on my fire. I don't know, Eddie said it was close. I listened to my corner, boxed to instruction, and we've won, 2 of the judges gave it me, so I'm still, and we move on to the next fight.
Yeah, the rounds were extremely close. Tony Bellew had it a draw. You're hearing the first scorecard being read out as a draw. What's going through your mind when you're hearing the first scorecard read out?
I don't know. You're only praying that you win. I know what's on line. So you're like, for me, obviously, I'm full of adrenaline now, and I'm not going to speak out of turn, but I'm a really bad judge of how a fight's going. I've got full trust in my corner. They tell me what's happened. I know I started slow, and Barry will probably pick in the early rounds up, probably just on his jab. I think I only really got caught with jab for majority of the fight. That was what he had, that was his weapon. But yeah, I knew it was probably close, but I just listened to my corner and I did as they said, and we've come out victorious.
One thing your corner did say was keep it composed. A lot of roughhouse tactics I thought from Kid Galahad there. He got warned by the ref, he got a point deducted as well. Was it a case of just going back into the corner and just making sure that you stick to your tactics that you worked on?
Yeah, what we've been practicing, and I'll tell you one thing, in 17 years of boxing, I have never been nipped on the sides of my ribs. You're a cheeky bugger for that. And I thought, oh, you bugger, I've never had that in 17 years of boxing, but you're always learning, and they were the tactics that they tried to put me off. At one point, he did give me nose a little pinch as well, but again, just listen to my corner, stay composed. It is hard at times because he's a real tricky customer.
He certainly is. Eddie, come in. Another win for this man. Every time you're putting him against these tough fighters, Giovanni Straffon, Kid Galahad now, he comes through them. surely he gets that big American dream fight next.
Yeah, he deserves it. You know, no one really wants to fight Kid Galahad, in all honesty. You know, he's such a tricky customer. He's a very talented fighter. He switch hits all the time. He's awkward. He stands on your feet. And it was a fight that really divided opinion. I mean, I got in the ring and I said to Kid Galahad said to me, "What do you think?" I said, I don't know. I think it's very close. Oh, I've won that. And then I spoke to Sean. He said, "We've won that by 4 rounds." Someone texted me saying Galahad's won. Someone texted me saying he's won by 4 rounds. I thought it was very, very close. It was a fight of 2 halves. And the point deduction was a big turning point as well, and Maxi had to stay composed in that fight because he could have lost his heart, he could have lost composure. And really, you know, he took this fight. We talked about Jorge Linares, that fight was done. Ryan Garcia's been sliding in his DMs, and he ended up fighting Kid Galahad. No disrespect to Kid Galahad, but that's a horrible, tricky fight with little reward, to be honest with you. So he rolled the dice himself tonight. He's come through, he's got a nasty cut, but you know, the Maxi Hughes train continues, and we got to land that big American payday. You know, we want to take Yorkshire abroad to America and let him set himself up and walk away from this sport with everything he's ever dreamed of. You know, that's the idea, and I think he deserves it.
You certainly do.
Listen, Eddie. You created the Maxi Hughes train. Listen to everyone, it's fully aboard. We're waiting for you, the conductor, to take us set sail to America. And I just want to say, Eddie, I am seriously grateful that we've been able, you stuck with us and you gave us the show. I've been able to get paid, so thank you. You've given all my lot a night out. I've given them a win, so I'm grateful to you and DAZN for keeping the show on and moving us up.
Maxi, just before we let you go, look, some big names in the lightweight division, some really big names, some really big paydays. Who do you want in the lightweight division? You could have one fight in America next. Who is it?
Whoever pays most money.
Eddie, they all pay quite a big money, don't they?
Yeah, they do. You know, look, he's got the IBO World Championship belt. We know it's a smaller belt of the 4 or the 5. But, you know, it's like I said, he's had these wins. He's come back from nowhere. You know, I remember Maxi Hughes was on our shows losing for area titles at York Hall. You know, to see him headline here tonight, you know, a word of support on keeping this show around, you know, and from DAZN as well, thank you. But, you know, these are the guys that put themselves through it. I mean, look, you see the eye, you see the sacrifices they make. 12 weeks in camp, and it's one of the only jobs where you only get paid when you perform on the night. And it's a brutal sport, and they deserve all the respect and adoration they get from everybody. You know, and when he's given his whole life to the sport, he deserves nights like this. And it's very difficult to take those opportunities away from fighters, especially when they're like Maxi Hughes and Terry Harper and all those people. So we'll keep working hard. I'm so pleased that his life is continuing to change and his lovely family, but there's still more to come. There's still a few more houses to buy. There's still a few more belts to add to the movie. And there's still a few more wait days for this lot as well.
Where's my wife? Tell me wife, it's turkey at Christmas, love.
Maxi, final word from you. Quick word for your fans that did turn up. Obviously, look, when Lee Wood was removed from the card, a lot of people maybe gave their tickets back. Your fans stuck with you for this one. Quick word to them.
It did, and you know, that's why I paid for their bus so they could come down. Paid for that myself because the support means a lot for me. So, you know, they're all still here cheering me on. So, again, I'm massively appreciative to you all, and not just my fans, the Nottingham fans. Lee Wood coming out to support as well. Wishing Leah a speedy recovery. So, just thank you to everyone, Eddie and DAZN, the whole Matchroom team. Thank you.
Thank you indeed, Maxi. The train continues. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.